Well, guess where I am? Back on the Windburndale. It's 7:30 again. It is about 2 degrees, 3 degrees, so maybe a little bit colder than it was last time. It's a magnificent day. It's going to be really, really nice today. Perfect blue skies, not a cloud to be seen. Fantastic. It was a little bit brighter coming in this morning. No cloud, no mist, no fog. A little bit less atmospheric because a lot sort of glarier with the sun in your eye. And, but it's a Wednesday again, so not a lot of traffic. Certainly nobody else out here. Looks like I've got the river to myself. What I might do a little bit differently on this occasion as well, just reviewing my video from last week. I didn't really show you too much of the actual action. You'll get a more interesting video, I think, on this occasion because, the whole point of it is to learn from your mistakes. So I have a tendency also, I noticed, to sort of be looking around like this. It's only because I'm interested in everything. It's not because I've got some attention deficit disorder or something like that. It's a little bit cold. One thing I haven't learned is to carry less gear. I think maybe I've got a little bit more gear on this occasion, but perhaps I'll put some of that gear to better use. I'm looking at new places. The one place where I might have a little tiny scratch, and perhaps just one pan, is that the undulating series of rock that went through the river just 15 minutes up the road here. I wouldn't mind probably digging out some of the less disturbed holes at the top of that series of crenellated sort of rock in the middle of the river, just to have a see what's in there. There might be a couple of specks, who knows. I watched with great interest. We had a weather cell come through and we were promised a lot of rain, up to like 150 mils of rain. The coast got 150 mils, where they don't need it, where they don't have any catchment areas at all, poured out to sea. They got 150 mils, 50 kilometres inland where I live, we got 15 mils. And I was looking with great interest at the Bathurst area to see whether the Windburndale catchment would get anything. It got 0.5 mils. So the water level on this river is going to be exactly the same as it was last week. And I've got my sluice in there. I don't think I'll be bringing it with me because there wasn't a lot of running water. Probably not enough water to get it working properly. So that's one less thing I don't have to carry. So I'm going to be loaded up badly enough as it is. So anyway, enough chit chat. Let's get on with it. Hope this is not the pattern of the day. I did plan to walk a lot further, but then I came across this inside bend and I just thought there's quite a nice spot here. Quite a nice crack there, really packed up with dirt and rock. It doesn't look like it's been disturbed in a very, very long time, and it's along this. There's quite a lot of very high grade sort of larger gravel deposits here, and it fades away to the sandier stuff further up the bank, so it's obviously depositing the heavies through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to concentrate on this and see how I go. $3 from Bunnings. I don't know if it's going to be useful. It looks pretty aggressive, but we'll see. My trowel by the same Fiskars brand is really good. So this is the object of the day. This is packed. When this was last, that's really packed. But as Tito says, if you can make it wiggle, it'll come out. So a lot of the one stone is the linchpin, and once you get it out, everything else seems to fall into place. I'm hoping that was it. Wow, it's almost like concrete. Right, so I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it is very, very tight. Ooh, I will not be beaten by one rock. So I've got one good pan of material here. I'm just going to classify it. I'm working hard to empty this crack, but I've got to the point where I've got enough material to pan, so I may as well see what I've got. If anything, I'm still sort of, I don't come anywhere near the bottom of it. It's a very, very deep crack. I don't know whether it's a heavy rock sitting on sand or whether it's a heavy rock sitting on bedrock, but it's been deposited here. There's a crack here, and the crack has trapped a lot of round river pebbles. So there's every chance it'll trap some gold as well. So I haven't seen any specks yet. But if I'm panning right, then I probably shouldn't be seeing specks either. Until I get to the bottom, but I'm always optimistic. Because if there's a nugget in there and it's big enough, it'd stick its head out. So I don't know if you can see into the pan there, but you can see the oil, the filth floating on the top of the water there. It's oily scum. Just hoping to keep enough water in there just to give us a bit of a wash. So I don't know what the focal length of this thing is, but I'm pretty excited because this is my first pan. Lots of very fine powdery gold amongst the black sand, and I can easily I don't know if you can see it at the top there, probably not. Easily 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so specks at the top of the pan there. I don't know if I can catch the light. It's very caught up in the fine black sand, so I might just snuff it all up as it is, but that's a great start. I'm going to keep digging. Alright, well it's 9:10, so I've spent almost an hour and a half on this hole. This crack I should say. You can see, I'll get in as close as I can, how deep it is. It's pretty much beyond the reach of my tools now, and I certainly can't get my crowbar in there, and two halves of that rock are too heavy to pry apart, but I haven't reached the bottom, so a bit of a mission impossible scenario I think. Second pan was a bit of a dud. A bit disappointed actually. I thought it would have, you know, reasonable gold in that, given I got 5 nice spots. In the first one I got 2, a slightly larger flaky bit which I snuffed up first. It was threatening to pop out of my bowl, but so one okay sized flake and a couple of dots in the second bowl, but you know, we're done. I can't get any deeper into that rock, so we'll move on. We'll find another spot. I don't think I'm ever going to get to where I was planning to go on this river today, but there's too many good spots. This is a massive tree. You can see behind me you can see the river there, the bend. There's a channel on the other side of the tree there with a lot of finer gravels there, but some really big heavy rocks have deposited themselves here in amongst the tree roots, or the tree roots have grown over them. Rocks jammed in here, so this is obviously for a long time been a great backwater eddy for heavier gravel, you know, some good sized bits of rock. I'll pull that out of there. Some of it's really packed in tight. So what I'm proposing to do is just to dig this section out here and just give it a couple of pans and see how I go. So not really sure what my plan of attack is on this one, but hope I don't wake up any brown snakes. That would be bad. Come in there, quite ready to be woken up just yet. I think I'm going to christen this tree the giving tree, because I have panned three half pans from that hole under that root, and every pan gave a result, and each result, as it gets deeper, it gets better. So I'm starting to see more. I haven't seen black sand until the third pan, and the third pan gave me about as close to a picker as I've had. A couple of good specks. So I'm going to keep digging. I reckon there's probably a couple more pans in there. It's getting harder to dig. So I'm getting down to the really packed old stuff. But this is a good spot. I've had a great time. That crevice was productive. That tree was very productive. The last pan I had one flake in it. That was it. Never really got down to the black sand, so it was always that browny, goldeny coloured sand, river sand. So the next port of call is those channels that are cut through the rock in the centre of the river, running that way. So I'm going to dig out a couple of little holes. I won't spend long doing that. And then I want to do some yabby pumping and see how I go with some underwater crevices. You never pass up a good rock for sitting on. A lot of rocks look like they're good for sitting on, but they're not. I'm right at the start of the riverlets. The camera's sitting right ahead of them, so they extend probably 30-40 metres down that way. This is pretty much the first stone. You can see the channels cut through, but there are bisecting channels as well, cracks in the rock, and there's one there that's been dug out very recently. There's a nice crack that's been dug out there. Quite a few of them have been worked pretty recent, probably in the last few days, I'd say, even very recently disturbed, and they weren't like that when I came here. So a couple of these have been dug out recently, but there's quite a few here which are still packed with gravel, which haven't been touched. So this is right at the head. I imagine anything pushing over the top of that will just naturally just drop into there. There is hard packed gravel in here. I'm going to dig that out. There's a few cracks and stuff here just in this area. I'll concentrate on that first and then I'll move on. I'll just let you know how I go. Probably worth washing. Yeah, that's a deep crack. Interesting, this hole, wow, it just keeps on going. That's it. Blue clay. It's turning into that blue clay. Hope you can see that. That's really interesting for me. It's impossible to see, but 3 little bits. There was actually 5 little bits, but I'm not going to chase the other 2. Just stuff those 2 up, those 3 up. That's it. So it's a little bit of work for 3. That one's been dug out. I'll try one more. It's 11:52, so I've still got plenty of time. Against my better judgment, I'm starting to get excited by this hole. I scraped off all the crap off the top. It's not going to contain anything. But I imagine up until fairly recently this would have been fairly deep underwater, and fairly inaccessible. So one of the advantages of prospecting, I suppose, in the dry is that these places are available to you. It's going to be windy, so you may or may not be able to hear me very well, but I hope you can see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 decent sized ones, one tiny one. Best pan so far. Okay. Oh, deeper than I thought. I've got 30 minutes to go. So I've got to start packing up. I've lugged this bloody Gabby pump the whole way, so I'm going to do at least half an hour of pumping. the organic minerals here on top of this. Okay, let's see what we got. See fairly quickly. I'm going to call that a 0 pan. A lot of good quartz in the area. It's very close to having gold in it, I think. Putrid. My one and only complaint with the Windburndale is that the water's foul. We really need some rains to tidy this place up a little bit. It's just borderline stagnant with cattle and everything, sheep. It's not that nice. Yeah, just had a really good time. I think, you know, I went in with a plan today. I didn't stick to that plan, but I had a plan, and I just went in with some smarter ideas, I think, and worked a little bit harder and dug a bit deeper. And surprise, 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 gold is